Hi everybody, today I'm going to be doing a video actually reviewing a palette. So if you watch me, then you know I absolutely love doing reviews. I think they're the most beneficial for y'all and some of the most videos that I like to watch personally because I can really figure out how this YouTuber or whatever feels about this product. So today I'm going to be reviewing the Urban Decay Electric palette. So this is by no means a new palette. It's been out for quite a while actually, and they're actually just now discontinuing it. So it's on sale right now on Sephora, Ulta, on the Urban Decay website, maybe some other places if you know of. And I decided to finally go ahead and purchase it. I just hauled it yesterday. I'll link that video below in case you want to know what else I got. And I just felt like I needed it. I felt like it's all over YouTube and everyone says if you love colorful makeup, you need it. I've been using it a lot. If you follow me on Instagram, then you know I've been incorporating it into most of my looks since I bought it. So I just really wanted to let you know what I thought about it. So first and foremost, we'll go into the packaging. It is a plastic package and it's very sturdy feeling. I don't ever really see anything being broken. It's relatively slim, which is good. If you do want to travel with this, you don't want like a big bulky package. Plus, if you're like me, my makeup collection, especially my colorful eyeshadow drawer, it's just a little out of control. So I don't want something that's like 7.5 inches long, or wide, excuse me. So that's pretty decently thin, which I'm fine with. As far as the actual decoration, it's real cute. It's like kind of like smoky and billowy, and it's a bunch of different colors. So it's real cute. I mean, I have nothing bad to say about it. On the back, it does just kind of give you a spiel, and it does say, which is very important, that 4 of these eyeshadows are technically not recommended for the eye use. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you which ones those are. We'll talk about the brush in a second. Because it does say so on the back. These shades, Slow Burn and Savage, which are these two. This like orangey red and this hot pink. And the shades Jilted and Urban, which are these two purples. So 4 of the 6 pressed pigments, because this is really a pressed pigment palette, not an eyeshadow palette, are not recommended for use on the eyes. So I think that's something that's very important to note when you're deciding whether or not you want to buy it. As far as the brush that comes with it, I personally really like the Urban Decay brushes. I think I might do a whole video about it because I use their brushes I use almost every single day. So this one's a little bit different than some of the other ones I have. It's very unique to this palette as far as I'm aware. I don't own the Naked palettes, so they could be the same as the Naked palettes, but from what I've heard, that's not true. So you have a very flat shader brush. It's really nice for packing it on the lid. And then a smaller smudger brush used for underneath the eye. I think this is a very workable brush. It's pretty soft. It's fine. It does say Urban Decay Electric palette on it. It's very usable. I like it. It's going to go in my brush collection because, like I said, I use the Urban Decay brushes all the time. And then you would get a full-size mirror. That is why I'm kind of flipping it upside down. I don't want to blind y'all too much. But you get a full-size mirror that does stand on its own, which is really nice for when you're actually, you know, putting on your makeup. I can see my entire face in it. You can hold it this way if it's more comfortable for you. It's a very light palette, so it's not like... Some palettes I feel like they're almost overly bulky, and it does have a mirror, but it's not very usable because if you hold it the whole time, your hand's going to hurt. This one's not like that. It's super light, and the mirror is very usable. So, then we'll go into the actual pigments. So again, let me just like reiterate, these are pressed pigments. They are not marketed as eyeshadows. That's why some of them you can't use in your eyes because it could cause irritation. That being said, I have used all 10 of these shadows on my eyes and other places as well, but on my eyes, and I haven't had a problem. However, this is a you do you thing. If this makes you uncomfortable, then don't do it. You can use these on your cheeks. I mean, like, you want like a pop and blush. Look at that. I mean, that'd be really pretty. You can definitely find other uses for it. I actually used this Urban shade as a contour the other day, just like as a really deep, I put it really lightly on like a highlighting brush, this BH Cosmetics, I don't remember what it's called exactly, number 11 brush. I just like literally like dapped it in like that, tapped it off, and then put it in my highlight just to get, in my contour just to be like, there we go. So there are other uses for it. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch the whole palette and kind of give you my thoughts as the products. So I'm going to go right to left on the top row. So the first shade we have is Reveled, or Revolt. This is much different than any of the other shadows. It is a silver shadow, and it's very, very, very glittery. You can see, maybe, it's not completely opaque. All the other shades I've swatched have complete opacity, even the lighter ones. But this one is really just a glitter. I have used it on the eyes, and it's the one shadow that, in my opinion, is kind of disappointing. It doesn't give you this, like, this beautiful, like, thick silver look. Silver is one of my favorite kind of eyeshadows. If you want a really good silver shadow, Too Faced Smoky Eye. It has this in a flash shade. And it is, I mean, it's deeper. But hopefully you can see it's completely opaque. I have a full review of this. I'll link it below just in case you're interested in this palette. But this is not the only silver. The Balm Jovi palette's great. There's a lot of silvers that are on the market that are great. And again, I love a silver shadow. I just don't think this one's great. Again, it's this one. I'll wipe off the swatch of the other one so y'all don't get confused. I'll just wipe that whole thing off and redo it because it's very flaky. So you can easily wipe it off. And I tried to use it even as like an overshadow. So I used one of my 17 and 17 products is this silver shade by Estee Lauder. So I put that silver over it and it just wasn't great. I don't know. It's kind of disappointing. So that one is like a meh. Then we have Gonzo, which is this beautiful bright blue, and it does have some blue shimmer in it. That's actually the shade that you see all over my lids. It's beautiful. I love this kind of shade for eyeshadow. I just think it's so fun. And look at that pigmentation. That's a one swipe pigmentation. You can see it's just not the same as Reveled. I mean, this Gonzo is like ba-bam. This one is safe to use on the eyes. The blue is a very light micro shimmer, and honestly on the eyes it doesn't come off that much. I find that most of these shadows, obviously not Revolt and a couple of other ones that I'll go through, but most of these shadows do come off as matte on the eyes even if they don't look matte in the pan. But it's gorgeous and it's a bright blue, it's very unique. Next we'll go to Slow Burn. Again, this is one that is not recommended for the eyes. I've used it for the eyes, I used it as an inner corner, I used it under my eyes. I think it's really cool. I think it's fine, but that's my opinion. It's so freaking pretty. It's so pigmented. It's so in your face. It does have some silver like micro shimmer, but it really just looks matte. It's a really interesting shade because it's a red, but it's not like a deep blood red. It's more of like an orangey red. And I think it's so cool. I think it's really neat to have this palette to like incorporate into some looks. You could do a full look on it. When I first got it, I did a full rainbow eye. I put that on Instagram. My Instagram is linked below in case you want to see those. See my everyday looks. I post little things on there all the time. I really like Instagram. That's beautiful. Then we have Savage, the other one that's not suitable for eyes on this row. This one's a little more powdery, but it's beautiful. It's a hot fuchsia. It's like a hot pink with a little bit of purple, and it is matte. It's definitely a brighter tone. I feel like hot pink is one of those shades that a lot of brands will kind of throw into palettes. Let me show y'all. To kind of be like, oh look, we have a pop of color. One that I'm specifically thinking of right now is the Too Faced Sugar Pop palette. One of my favorite palettes. It was featured in my top 5. I've also done a full review of it. I'll link both of those below. And it's got this bubblegum shade. And it's not just in this palette. Like, you know, but I feel like people be like, oh yeah, look, this hot pink. But it's just a different shade. It's not as like purpley, if that makes sense. And I mean, this has great pigmentation. I'm not hating on the Too Faced Sugar Pop palette because again, it's one of my favorites. But in comparison, the pigmentation is just not the same. But they're eyeshadows, and that one's safe to use on the eyes. Savage has not been FDA, I think it's the FDA. It's not technically safe to use on the eye. Then we have the shade Fringe. It's the 5th shade, the last one in this first row. This is like a really metallic shade. So this isn't matte like the other 3 that I just went over, Gonzo, Slow Burn, and Savage, really look matte. This one definitely looks metallic. It's a gorgeous teal. Again, I'm just going to do one swipe. And you're just going to see it's fabulous. It's just fabulous. These are all slightly powdery, I'm not going to lie. And you do get a little bit of fallout. Even with that flat shader brush, you do get some fallout on the eyes. But just do your, I always do my eye makeup before I do my face makeup anyway, because I just love it. I just think that's a gorgeous shade. It's very mermaidy. It's very unique. It's very pigmented. Love it. So, on to the second shade. Again, we have, in the second row, we have 5 more shadows. So we have the shade Chaos. This one feels so much different than the others. It feels butterier. And this is a matte. It's truly matte. It's matte in the pan. And it's like, kind of like a royal periwinkle. It's not really a periwinkle, but it's not really a royal blue either. This shade is slightly patchy, and I find that it's very hard to blend. I've tried to use it in the crease twice. Today it's in my crease, and I don't think it blends out nicely. I think it looks patchy. Maybe as a lid shade, or like under, like down here, under your on your lower lash line, it might be better. But I just think it's patchy, and I don't think it's as great. I think these, you know, it's funny because I love this palette, and I think these 8 shades, like, these down are perfect, and these 2 are just kind of, they're just not great. I think you can find a better blue in a lot of other palettes. Then we have the shade Jilted. This is really beautiful. It's like a fuchsia with a blue duochrome in it. I have this on my lower lash line, but I don't think it's really showing up that well. This one is also, the pigmentation is there. It's super pigmented, but it's slightly less pigmented than some of the other ones. This one is technically not safe to use on the eyes. Again, I just want to make sure that's very, very clear. Like I said, I used it on my lower lash line today. I've used it on my eyes, but I don't want to make you feel like you have to do it. But it does have like a blue shift. It reminds me of a lot of really popular lip colors. You know, like a hot pink or like a purple with just like a slight blue shift. That's what this looks like, but in a pigment. And I just think it's gorgeous. I think that I'm going to get a lot of use out of that. Then we have the shade Urban. I literally saw this shadow and I thought, oh, that looks like Urban Decay, because they put so much purple in their packaging and in their marketing. And look at that. I mean, if it's going to be the shade that, like, your name, your brand goes by, I mean, it's Urban Decay. It better be good. And it doesn't disappoint. Look at that purple. I mean, I feel like purple is a shade that's in a lot of palettes as well. Like, there's a lot of purples, because purples can be very neutral. They look good on most people's eyes, but not like this. I mean, this one is like, it's kind of got a blue shift as well. Jilted and Urban both do. They don't have like a shimmer. It's almost like a shift. It's very slight. I'm sure my camera's not going to pick it up, but it's beautiful. I mean, it's insanely gorgeous. And I mean, you know what? If I was Urban Decay, I would want to make sure the shade called Urban was good, and it is. You can see that. These are real pigmented. They're no joke. Then we have the shade Freak. I love Freak. Freak and Thrash may be my 2 favorites. I'm not going to lie. It's a bright green. It's a bright neon green. You can put this on your lid. Anybody can. You can put this and put some browns in it, and it's decently wearable. It's so metallic. It's so pretty. It's so unique. It's just gorgeous. This one, again, it's not incredibly opaque. It is a lot more opaque than this Revolt shade. And it's definitely there. On the lids, it's like, hey girl, here I am. It's gorgeous, but it can be kind of flaky. You have to work with it. I tried to use it like in the outer corner, because you can see, you know, my first look with it, I was like, well, Thrash is a yellow, Freak is a green. So I'll do yellow, then green. But don't do that. I mean, this needs to be on the lid kind of by itself. It will blend away a little bit. So you have to work with it a little bit more. But it's so pretty. It's so pretty. And the last shade is Thrash. This one is probably, at least compared to my collection, which I think as far as colored shadows go, it's pretty legit. Probably the most unique. It's so soft. I mean, it's like a neon yellow green. I mean, it's fluorescent. It's matte with some silver glitter in it. I mean, it's just beautiful. I mean, this palette, it's got some color. That's the whole point. It's a pressed pigment palette. And I just think that 9 out of the 10 shadows, maybe I'll even give you 8. I mean, they're just beautiful. Chaos, it's beautiful. It's very workable. I like that. Revolt, I'm kind of over. But I love this palette. I'm super happy I've had it. I've used it a lot, and I've loved the looks that come out of it. I think that it's got some nice variety as far as colors go. You know, I feel like Urban Decay, I love Urban Decay, but sometimes they kind of stick to the jewel tones, stick to what is, yes, it's color, it's very pretty, but it's a little bit of a safer color choice because people are going to wear jewel tones more than they're going to wear like a neon. But this palette, they really just went all in. They went for it, and I love it. Obviously, let me just say, I think you know this, you're not dumb, but just to clarify, if you're a neutrals girl, and you're like, I'm never going to wear color, that's not what I do, that's not my thing, I don't think you need this palette. If you love color, I think you do. I was told that so many times. When this palette first came out, I was like, I don't need that. I don't need it. Like, that's just okay. And everyone said, you need this, you need this, you need this. And I love it. I'm so happy I have it. I honestly am. I can already tell you, some of these shades, like I said, are powdery, and they do have some kick up. This is probably going to look like it's been beat to heck and back relatively soon. I love it. I'm super happy I have it. I recommend getting it. You can get it for $24 right now. I don't think you'll be, even if you love neutrals, but you're like, you know, I love neutrals, but I would like a palette that if I'm feeling it, you know, occasionally I just want like under my lid, I want some red, or I just want like a little bit of color, just here and there touches. I mean, this is really, it's really inexpensive. I mean, a lot of the drugstore palettes now are $20. This is $24. And the quality is just amazing. Again, like, just, I think you'll be happy with it. I think you will. I'm going to do some other videos about the Urban Decay Electric palette this week. I'm going to do some comparisons. I'm going to do you really need it? I'm going to compare it to another palette that I think is very similar. And I'm going to do a tutorial. So, I hope that's interesting to y'all. I'm really excited about it. I think it's great. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give me a thumbs up so I know you liked this. If you want to see some of my other thoughts of some other items, I have a whole product review playlist. I'll list it below. And let me know what you want to see on this channel. If there's any questions, requests, suggestions, comments, if there's a video you're like, girl, I want to see your opinion on this. I want to see you do this. I want to see this. Let me know because I'm here to please. If there's a product that you're like, do you not have this? How do you not have it? I feel like that's kind of how the electric palette was. I saw in so many people's videos, you need this palette. You know, it was like, how do you not have this palette? And that's kind of why I ended up buying it. Now, it's makeup. I'm not trying to be super serious about it. Like, you don't need, like, it's not water. But it's pretty close. It's pretty great. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope these swatches kind of speak for themselves. If you have any questions, let me know. If you have anything at all, let me know. So, I'll see y'all real soon. Bye.